You mentioned that your 2.5-year-old son was diagnosed with obstructive sleep apnea, and the doctor has recommended the removal of his adenoids and tonsils. And of course, as a parent, when you're told that your child needs surgery, you're concerned and wondering if this is really necessary or not. And if obstructive sleep apnea goes untreated, it can cause problems like developmental delays, behavioral problems during the day, even cardiovascular problems, because sleep is such an important part of how we function. And if a child is not sleeping well because of obstructive sleep apnea, as diagnosed after doing like a sleep study in a lab, then surgery is necessary if that's going to remedy the problem. Basically, it comes down to measuring the risks versus the benefit. If the risk of leaving the tonsils and adenoids in is higher, like in the complications that could result from sleep apnea are higher than the risk of surgery, then surgery is indicated. The removal of tonsils and adenoids is probably one of the most common pediatric surgeries performed in the United States. It's very routine and the complications are pretty low. The biggest risk is bleeding, and measures are taken during surgery to control that. And recovery time is usually several days, and the child might experience moderate pain, but the doctor will talk to you about how to control that. Of course, if your child does go in for surgery, it's important to talk to him about what to expect. And of course, you want to know what to expect too. Your child would be taken back to the operating room and be under the care of an anesthesiologist and a surgeon. And general anesthesia means that he wouldn't be awake during it at all. He won't remember it. What he might remember is waking up in the recovery area, and they'll give him medication to help control pain, recover him fully, make sure that he's doing well, and let him go home. This is usually a same-day procedure, and he can go home with you, and the doctor will talk to you about things to look for, probably have a follow-up appointment, and tell you how to take care of him in the coming days. Of course, your child's ENT is going to be your best resource because they know all the details of your son's circumstances. And so I recommend calling them back and asking them why they think it's necessary and what the consequences might be if you delay surgery or choose not to do it. And again, they'll be able to give you the best advice. If you have more questions in the future for me, though, feel free to ask them on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Intermountain Moms and recommend us to your friends and family too.